the whole back of the first floor is our space, which they never do. I just want them to do guest rooms in the common areas. But it's like, no, it's worth the money. Just go back there and do it. And it was all done. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
But it is a fine line of how much do I want to spend on that. I need to get the business up a little bit more to justify having them come pretty much every day. So right now I keep it to 2 days a week. So
yeah. And it is. Sometimes I think we even have to make on-the-spot decisions. Like you said, telling them it's worth the money, just go ahead and do it. You know, that time you needed them to do that. And I've experienced that with weddings and women's retreats too. You know, extra things that in the beginning, I say, okay, I'm going to do that, for instance. And then come to realize, you know what, it's worth the money, just do it. Just do it.
Because I was doing all the food and the decorating, and I had one daughter here kind of helping, but she also wanted to spend time reconnecting with friends. She's been in Los Angeles for a year, and so I let all that, and that's fine. You know, she's so a lot of it fell, but there were things that I couldn't delegate out. So the housekeeping I can delegate out, and the laundry I can delegate out. So So.
I'll never forget my very first retreat. My daughter up in northern Kentucky, who's a couple hours from me, she's like, you know, Mom, I could come down the weekend and I could be an extra person in the kitchen for kitchen duty, you know, because you prepare breakfast and lunch. And I said, well, okay, Sissy, but I'm still going to pay you. I call my daughter Sissy. I said, I'm still going to pay you. And she said, Mom, you don't have to. I said, well, I'm still going to give you something. Oh my goodness, Marie, all I can say is at the end of it, my daughter sat on the front porch and she looked at me and she said, Mom, I had no idea. I had no idea what you really do here. And I had no idea how much work this really was. She said, I'm glad I could help you this time, but I really don't want to in the future.
Well, my kids grew up in it, so they don't know anything different. So this week marks August 5th will be 29 years for me.
Oh my gosh, Marie, what a celebration.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So the oldest was about 15, 16 months. The one getting married was about 15, 16 months old. The one that's visiting, I was pregnant with when I opened, and the rest were born into it. So they only know this life. And I would always pay them what the going rate at the restaurants were for servers, banquet servers, but they were almost always enlisted to help with when I did events. I haven't done except for my daughter's wedding a year ago, but I hired outside caterers for that. And but apart from, I haven't done any in a couple of years. I'm not sure I want to do weddings anymore, unless they're tiny. So.
And that's funny, Marie, because I've done weddings too. Many of them, I'm actually an officiant, so I can actually marry the couples too. Yeah. And I've done weddings where brides have said, I want you to do it all. And I've made the bouquets, table decorations, just everything. I always hired caterers to come in. But I made the decision the beginning of last year that I will do elopement packages and I will do very small weddings. I do not want to do any more big weddings with catering and doing all the decorations. And it's just, for me, it's just too much work. And even what you get paid for it, to me, isn't worthwhile enough for me.
Right, and they don't really want to pay what it is worth to us. The last two weddings I did, 2 weddings ago, I decided no more weddings, but then a friend of a friend came to me and said, it's going to be real informal, and could you? And I charged, but still, it reaffirmed why I don't want to do those anymore. So it was real different doing my daughter's because I was everything. I was the wedding planner, I was the mother, I was the owner, I was everything. So that was real different. And I didn't have the pressure of meeting somebody's expectations that was paying me. So that was actually great fun. And it was a lot of work. It took me a couple weeks to recover. But it was fun, and I was thrilled to do it for her. So she had a great wedding for just a few $1,000s, and because it was all in-house. So in fact, I think if there's a wedding cake in those pictures, that was her cake.
Aww.
And then I did 150 cupcakes in addition to that cake. My sister-in-law did the cake, I did the cupcakes. So, but anyway,
wow.
But it is an enormous amount of work, and people just really don't want to pay for it.
No, they don't.
So I hiked my rates. I get a few inquiries, but I haven't had any takers, which is okay with me. But I want to think of another way to cash in on that business. That doesn't mean having the wedding here. If there's some other way to make money on those, apart from hosting the actual be the reception site. So.
Right. And I'm just curious, Marie, because, everybody has a story. And as a bed and breakfast owner, it's one of the main questions I get asked by my guests is, how did you come about having and being in the bed and breakfast industry? 29 years, usually people in retirement or, a little later in life start a bed and breakfast. How I'm curious about your story.
Yeah. Okay, my story, I was a chemist. And like everybody in my generation, I was young enough to have been hearing the women can have it all. And I broke away from my own family, put myself through college because I did not want to be married off at the age of 16 to my dad's friend Luigi's nephew from the old country. I wanted to have my own life. And so I leave home at 18 as soon as I could get out from under them legally, put myself through college, became a chemist. And I did that for 8 years. And even though when I was pregnant with the first baby, I assumed I would go back to work. The thing we did smartly was, well, just in case, we lived on one income and banked the other income. And so when the baby came and I had to park him in daycare, it didn't go well for him or for me. And then I had 3 months off. And so he's born in April, went back in July. In October, I go to pick him up. He's 6 months old. And they said, please come into the office. We need to talk to you. And my first thought was, what could a 6-month-old have done to get in trouble already, right? But it was very sad. A baby had died of SIDS that day in the daycare center. Completely undid me. And I just went back to my husband. I said, I am turning in my notice. I am quitting this. And I lasted a few more months and saw a project to its completion. And I quit in January when he was about 8 or 9 months old. The first seed was a gift subscription to Victorian Homes magazine. And that first issue had an article on a B&B, and I thought a perfect combination of living in a Victorian home, collecting antiques, entertaining, and cooking. It's just all me. And so that was the first seed. The second seed was on our honeymoon. We go to this place in New Orleans that was an absolute dive. And we were in a house 2 down from the main house. And so we had to go to this other house for breakfast. And breakfast is at 9. We get there at 9:05. We're on our honeymoon. It's like 9:05, and that's not even me who's punctual. That's within the margin of error. This woman's first words out of her mouth are, "You're late." Not welcome, not good morning, not how did you sleep, because we had car trouble on the way down and got in really, really late. It was, "You're late." And I thought, I could do this so much better. Breakfast was a fiasco. I drank tea. Everybody else had pots of coffee. She made a big fuss, slams a cup of tea down in front of me, and off she goes. And that's all. And I remember I told my husband I said, my God, I could do this so much better. And so there was the second seed. And then a few weeks later, we had a chance to go to England, where he was from, for a week, and we did all B&Bs. And then I saw the nice side of B&Bs. I saw the great side of B&Bs. And when I had that baby and decided to quit, the house we had at the time had a separate apartment, and the tenants abruptly moved out a week after I quit my job.
Oh, no.
And so he said, now's your chance. Do it. Go for it. And so we did. We converted the house back to a single family house, and what had been the bedrooms of the apartment became the guest rooms and bathrooms for the B&B guests. And then they would come down into the main house, the main part of the house, to the dining room for breakfast. So that was in August 5th, 1989, and I'm still at it all these years later. So.
Wow, Marie.
We outgrew that house. It was a I went from one of the tiniest houses in the neighborhood to the absolute biggest house. So that was a catalyst for the move to this house, was either quit or get a bigger house. So we got the biggest one we could get.
Aww.
So I've got this 10,000 square foot barn here that I've been working. We divorced in 2001. So. But I kept going. I got the house, and I kept the business, and I kept the kids, I kept the furniture, I kept it all. And so I continued. So here and the main reason is I wanted to work. I like to work, but I wanted to raise my own children. And the career path and motherhood to me were two separate choices. If I were to have stayed in the corporate world, it would have to be either or. And this was a way to meld it. And whether they were infants or whether I got the call from school, your kid is sick, can you come get them? Teachers conferences, performances, I could be there. And so I made my business work for me at all those years I raised my kids. And then my husband now jokes that for us, empty nest is not a syndrome, it was a goal. So my baby, who's almost 21, went off to college 2 years ago. So I mean, her departure, the dust had not even settled off her walking out the door, and I'm up there tearing her room apart and repainting, and that was the first of the kid guest rooms to get converted. It was the easiest one to do. So I sent her a text. I said, say goodbye to it was this bright green that I call it stop a truck at 50 paces green. And I painted it a nice neutral gray, and I said, say goodbye to the green, and I sent a text message with the paint roller. So I still love what I do. I've got this great capacity now because for years I only used 4 rooms. I've been chipping away. I've got a 7th room, which is the room the boys were in, that needs to get finished. The bathroom's in. I just need to repaint everything and get it guest pretty and guest ready. And that still leaves 2 more rooms that are untapped. So I could really have a great place. The city is clamping down on the legal B&Bs while letting the Airbnbs run wild. But what I learned from an attorney is they can't selectively enforce the law. So I've put my rooms on Airbnb, and I'm just blowing off the city regulations, basically the taxation regulations. But one of those would be, because of the number of rooms, I would be deemed a commercial piece of real estate and my taxes would double. They're not enforcing that with the Airbnb, so I did sign on with them, and I will stay with them until this nonsense settles out. So
well, there's a little tip or trick with Airbnb. I don't know if you know this or not.
Okay.
If you don't list all your rooms, okay.
Okay.
You have way more rooms than me. Okay, so you want to list your least expensive one.
That's what I've done so far.
Okay. And this is a little tip trick. You know how this is what I used to do. You know how Airbnb will let you know that there's a guest that booked, and you can accept or decline.
Right.
And you can send a little text message.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In the text message, and this worked very well for me. I would text and tell them that I no longer had availability for those rooms, but I did have this room available, but they would have to pay the difference upon arrival.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now the reason why I did this, Marie.
Well, did they book? Okay. So how did they book directly with you or through Airbnb then?
No, through Airbnb.
Okay.
They would send me a text back, and I would say in the text, if you still want to keep the booking and take the upgrade, let me know ASAP. Bookings do not last. They would send me a message back and say, yes, I want to keep the booking on the date. I would approve the reservation. When they
Okay.
came, they would pay the difference.
Did you reopen the room then, or was that it for that date through Airbnb?
No, I just left Airbnb, think it was that room. Do you see
Okay.
what I'm trying to say? And I could have done that, but I was minimizing my extra work steps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my goal is okay, I have this Airbnb reservation. We lose money. We
Yeah.
lose, right? Okay, so my goal was if I can upgrade them, then I am making more money than I would be if I had not done that. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Okay.
Does that make sense? 9 out of 10 times, they do it. They upgrade.
And then you could still sell that room directly anyway, the first room. Okay.
That absolutely. And I probably should, do a live, and there's so much. That's what I was trying to, I think this right now, I think that's my biggest thing with the social butterfly right now. I'm continuously taking courses and learning too. So I have so much in here. And it's like, how do I get this out to my clients and teach them all of this, but not overwhelm them at the same time? And which is the most important to go through? But yes, that is a little tidbit trick that has worked very well for me. And then what I do is the guests that come to upgrade,
Mm-hmm.
it tells me that they're a little bit higher of a caliber.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I go into the whole funnel system with Facebook so that in the future, they're coming to me
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
meeting that all together.
Yeah.
Then,
I've been seeing that with booking.com because I have a way to, our sequence, our email sequence, when they book automatically, we have it set to send, and Airbnb set up this way too, to get their original email when they book. And then because booking.com at least is disabled links and emails. And I've somebody just again yesterday had been a booking.com guest, and they're coming back directly to me. So it's starting. I'm starting to see this is about the third one, I think, in the last 6 months or so. I'm converting them over. So, so yeah, once we can get them in the door, they're almost always ours if we do it well. So
yes, and that's the key, Marie, is if we do it well. I'm going to do a training today at 5:00 in the community about what sets you apart from other bed and breakfasts and hotels. Okay, your unique signature that is unique to your establishment. But yes, if we do it well, and if we use the tools and systems with the funnel, with Facebook, and I know that still may not be 100% clear to you, but if you look at it as there's the front end and there's the back end, okay? Your front end is them coming to the door. Your back end is the tools and systems and marketing that you're doing on Facebook. Okay.
Okay.
So every person that comes to your door, you need to make sure if they didn't book through you with Facebook, that you want them to do that, or you want them back on Facebook business page. I had a full house this weekend. Actually, it was a very busy weekend, but they not only stayed here all weekend, but they fished every day with my husband. So
Mhm.
um, they they put out a large amount of money. Okay. Um, when they were ready to check out, there was my funnel system to get them to Facebook. These were people that didn't book with me through Facebook. And they, so they booked direct, which is amazing. But I want them on Facebook
Okay.
too. Okay. I want them to do the reviews there. I want them to share their pictures that they took the weekend there. I want to give them a reason to go there. Why? Because those people are the ones that will get the people on Facebook to book with you through Facebook. Do you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
The more that you can get the direct bookings and the more that you can get the Facebook bookings, you can then squeeze out and eliminate the OTAs.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But it's being consistent and persistent with it and following it through. Getting in the habit of asking them, are you on Facebook? Oh, yeah, we're on Facebook. Well, let me tell you what Eagles View Bed and Breakfast does on Facebook for everyone on our business page. And then I tell them and I'd say, if you go there and like the page, and if you feel compelled to write a review, that is where I do all my specials and the only place I do. So I'm getting them there.
Okay.
Okay. And then I don't know if your search engine, because I don't know what search engine you use or reservation engine you use.
The
But
software.
yes, the software. I
Beds.
use
Beds
Web
20.
Reservation. What do you use?
Beds 24.
Okay, I use Web Reservations.
Do you know? Is that owned by BedandBreakfast.com?
I don't know. I've used them since I opened my doors.
Okay. I think it's that one, or maybe it's Reservations. There are two that they own, and what I've been hearing from other innkeepers is BedandBreakfast.com is hijacking your guest emails and marketing to those people. So I think it's Reservations and Webo. I think yours might be one of the two. There are two of them that they own.
So they're hijacking your emails and giving them to who?
They're using them themselves to market. They own two reservation softwares out there, and they have access, by virtue of that, have access to your guest emails and are using them to market to your guests. I've heard this from one of the Facebook groups I'm on about a year ago, 6 months to a year ago.
So they're marketing them to stay at other places? I'm not sure what they're marketing to them for.
BedandBreakfast.com became an OTA this time last year.
Right, that's right, to the other ones. I got you. Yeah,
and then they're owned by Priceline, I think, or Expedia. They're all in bed together, but I think it's Priceline, Expedia, HomeAway, all of those.
Yes.
OTAs, and BedandBreakfast.com is now one of those.
I got you.
And
yes,
that's
they
how they're
are.
using those emails. Yeah. So.
Okay. When somebody goes to your website and books, you automatically get their email address?
Yes, it's mandatory for them to book.
Okay, that's how mine is too. So when somebody books, is there a place that shows you where they came to you from, how they found you?
I don't know. We've got another. It's new to me. I've been on it a while, but it's the guy that did my website, and he's someone Yvonne recommended. So I need to find out. I do have there is Google Analytics on it. I only just stumbled on that recently. and it only gave me 1 month. We have a training with him Wednesday, so those are some of my questions. How can I look? 1 month doesn't tell me a whole lot. I need to see the bigger picture. So
Every time somebody books with me, I know where they found me from, whether
yeah.
it's Facebook, internet, Google, a friend. And that's how I've been able to track how many are coming from Facebook, which has been an amazing tool. That's helped me gauge how it's been growing since I've been marketing on Facebook.
Yeah, I suspect I can. I just didn't. I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. It's yet another thing on my list.
I know. We have this ongoing list every day, right? I know. For me, I never have a complete list. It's always ongoing.
Yeah.
It's always so much.
Yeah, he's also in Great Britain, so there's that, when I'm ready to do something, it's bedtime for him, and there's a lag time, and so what I tend to do is clump my questions, and then we do a Skype call, and he goes over everything. But Yvonne set up a call Wednesday for all of us. Amanda, I think Amanda Jane, is Kelty Masters signed up with you yet?
She has not signed up. Amanda keeps asking me that too. So she must be speaking to you ladies, but she has not, because Amanda's asked me the same question.
Well, she's in the group, and she would have seen the video that you and Yvonne did. So, because I noticed her post today was back on form again, sort of, but not quite there. But anyway, it's Jane, Amanda, me, Mary, we all use that same software. So,
does Sally Ann use Infusion too?
We all use Infusionsoft. That's required to even take Yvonne's course. So the Infusionsoft is our CRM software, not our booking software. That's before as a booking software.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Awesome. All right, let's recap. What did you get accomplished from last week's training? Okay,
I changed the business banner to the same one that's on my personal page. Okay. I sent you a bunch of pictures this morning.
Yes, you did.
I started inviting, but I'd like to keep it manageable, so I'm doing 20 a day with inviting friends to like my business page. I started keeping an eye to content that I can post on these other groups that I'm on, and starting to get myself out there that way.
Awesome. So you're starting your networking then.
Right. Like I made my daughter an apron, and so I posted on my upcycling fabric group, and
awesome. I
didn't get the picture thing. I have to do that from my phone. Is that right?
I'm sorry.
On my personal page, that grid of 9 pictures, is that something I have?
Your featured photos.
Yes.
I had mine all up there, then was doing trainings and got them all messed up. So I started over with mine. I've gotten this far. I still have my last row to do, which my last 3 pictures are going to be for the coaching. But to answer your question, it is best to do it mobile.
Okay. And that's when I had trouble. I didn't see, when you were going over that, I just didn't see what you saw on my phone. So.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying too. Hang on here. See, it's going to go right to the edit details for me because, let me see.
Do I go into Facebook or Messenger? Facebook?
You go into Facebook, and where it's at, Marie, I'll tell you real easy. You go into Facebook to your profile page on your mobile phone.
Okay.
Okay. Right underneath your introduction that shows bed and breakfast specialist, social media marketing coach, etc.
Oh,
Right underneath that, you're going to see view as, edit profile, activity log. All you want to do is click on edit profile. Scroll down a little bit, and when you scroll down, you will see featured photos. And they're going to be blue squares, and you tap on the square and input your picture.
okay. So I'm on my profile page, and now where do if I scroll down, I just see everything in my feed. So.
Okay, you're going way too.
Oh, I see it. Okay. There it is. Okay.
You click on edit profile, scroll down a little, and you'll see edit featured photos.
Okay.
Yeehaw! You found it, girl.
The light bulb just.
Yeah.
Okay. And I am showing 5.
Okay. What kind of phone do you have?
iPhone 6.
So it's a little older. I don't know much about iPhones.
It's about 3 years old. This one is.
Okay. I've had a couple other clients say the same thing, and this could be two reasons or situations with us. Your phone needs to be updated.
Okay.
And the other may be that you don't have, that it's only coming up on the newer versions of phones. But I think it has to do with an update.
Okay, so I should check my settings for an update?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because I have the Samsung Note 8, and so it's a really new version, and so it's been all updated, and it shows 9.
Okay.
So I would do an update and see if that gives you more options to have 9.
Is that a phone update or a Facebook update?
I would do both. Usually on your phone, what your phone does with updates, Marie, is it'll update your apps, and Facebook is an app.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. This is a daughter question. Where's my apps at?
Do you get notifications when you need updates done?
I don't think so.
Okay,
maybe I do. Sometimes I just get so much crap, I just turn it off. I mean, I just hit, oh, it did say Facebook's was updated 3 days ago, so.
Okay, and it's still only showing you 5. So it must be that you have an older version of an iPhone, and
Okay.
Facebook isn't, so it's only giving you 5.
Okay.
Go ahead and do the 5.
Okay.
Now, I want to show you so that you see here, just to reiterate it. Okay?
Okay.
How you do this is when you go to click on the box, it's going to give you a list. It's going to give you a list to pick from your gallery. It's going to give you a list to pick from pages.
Okay.
All right. That is how you see how here the picture of me and the flag.
Yeah.
And then the picture of me and the flag.
Yeah.
These were chosen from pages.
Okay.
That is how, when you click on it, it takes you to the business page.
Oh, so that's preferred than the gallery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because you definitely want your business page in one of those 5 featured photos.
Okay.
Also, let me go back. And I know you haven't taken the video and graphics design course, but you, oh shoot, come back here. Where am I at? But you also want a video.
Okay.
Okay, see how I click on this? So it's a video.
Okay.
And I don't know why I just grabbed one that was in my gallery, and I should have investigated a little bit more, because that was probably one of the videos I created in the very beginning.
Oh.
Because when I looked at that, Marie, the first thing I seen is B&B. And that's one of the things I tell all my clients, and I don't like, is putting B&B. Type out bed and breakfast. You can use the and symbol, but type out bed and type out breakfast.
Even in my like the post this morning, I said, I started off saying, because I run a bed and breakfast and this is my busy season, I don't normally have time to sew, but I made this apron for my daughter. And I did. I spelled it out. I just prefer that. It looks better. There's no confusion as to what I mean. So
yeah. So I looked at that, and that's the first time I clicked on the video, and I'm like, oh my goodness, why did I choose that one? But this is what's important. Facebook is giving you a nice little feature here to be able to feature your business page and have a video. People, again, love videos. All right. And when do you think, Marie, you'd be able to take the graphics and design video course?
I kept thinking once I got through the shower, then, but I'm just slammed with work, which is a good thing. That's what we want.
Right.
It doesn't really slow down until November, but that's when the wedding is. But do I really want to wait 3 more months? Because I feel like I'm trying to do this with one arm behind my back. You know.
Right. Well, it's that puzzle, Marie. All the pieces work together, and the videos are just so huge. And even if you're not getting the engagement on it, you cannot believe how many people are seeing it. And that's the big thing too. In this course, I give you the apps and the step-by-step training to each app to be able to create the graphics and the videos.
I guess since it's, work at my own pace, I could probably just go ahead and get started
Get started. Okay.
Rather than what intimidated me, or what the assumption I made before is you were doing this boot camp. It was each day we're going to be doing something, and I just knew I wasn't going to get to it. And so when you did the group one, I just, there was no way I could put one more thing on my plate.
I gotcha.
So,
I totally respect that. I know I experienced that too. This is another great thing, and I'm hoping to do it all with my social butterflies too, is the option. I don't know if you know or realize, but this banner can be made into a video. You can make a video to go here, okay? Now, I am still going to create your graphics for your banner,
okay.
all right? And I don't know, Marie, I just love my banners so much. I have left them up here. And I'm getting ready to really put together the best parts and create a video to go in here. Let me show you an example. Not of a bed and breakfast one, but an example of one.
Okay, to do the boot camp, this is in units in the social butterfly
No.
group?
I'll send you the link to go ahead and register for it.
Okay.
And it's here's where it's at, VISUAL, which it'll take you to it when you register for it. Do you see Visual Creation Bootcamp?
Yes.
Okay. Here is the boot camp.
Then it's in this units then.
It's in this units, yes.
Okay.
When you click on units, all of your trainings are right here.
Okay, I remembered that part. I didn't. Okay, so I don't see I can't get into this until I register.
Right.
Okay.
And then when you register, do you see how there's a banner here for Amy?
Yeah.
Okay. There'll be a banner for you, and this is where you will post your homework.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And like you said, you can do it at your own pace. I go in, I get a notification. So for instance, you do the first course and you do your homework. I'll get a notification that you did, and then I go in there and I give constructive criticism and positive feedback on the work that you put in there.
So I post this as if I'm doing any kind of post, but I do it in this Visual Creation Bootcamp group.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You'll see your banner and it'll have your name, and right in the comments under your banner is where you will post your homework.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It keeps it really organized for me. It's easy for me to scroll and find your banner, and then all your stuff is under it.
Oh, so it's not like I did something and Jane did something and then
Correct.
Emily did something. Okay, so it's just my stuff in my.
That is correct.
Okay, super.
Okay. So I'll send that link over when we're done with the training today, but let me show you an example.
I wonder if I still have it from originally, but.
No, I didn't want to do this one. Sorry about that.
Oh, there it is. It's missing an app. My apps are out of order.
Okay. See this banner?
Mm-hmm.
See how it's a video?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. Again, because people are so visual and because people connect more with a video, seeing it and the moving parts of it than a banner, you get more engagement. So I'm going to create mine, and then I am going to place mine. And after I do, I will do a training in the community showing you ladies how to do that.
Okay. And is there sound with that, or is it just?
Absolutely. There can be sound.
There is. Okay.
Yes. It's amazing because text words can be added to it. So many things can be added to it. So I'm going to do that. But right now, it may be a little bit before I get it done because I'm focusing on your business banner and a few of the other clients' profile banners.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things you find when you're doing graphics and videos for yourself, the time you put into it is the time you put into it and what you want it to look like and what you want it to be. But when you're creating graphics and designs for multiple people, that's another whole long time factor.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm saying is my top priority is my clients right now to finish these graphics for their banners. I'd like to have all their banners done and then me do my video banner and teach all of you in the community. And
Okay.
my suggestion would be use your banner for, say, like 2 months, then put your video in for a couple months, and then use your banner for 2 months. Do you see what I'm saying?
Just alternate. Now, when I go
Alternate.
back to a video, do I do a whole new video?
You can, but no, you can use your same one, because
Okay.
what you're going to do is you're looking at a different time factor than you are, like, for instance, let me show you. The video that I've created down here, Marie, is 1 minute and 31 seconds.
Okay.
I teach all of you, especially in the visual boot camp, you want to, in your My Stories, when you turn your My Stories into videos, okay, you want it to be 1 minute. Definitely no longer than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So when you do your banner is less than 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you have to choose your absolute best of your best to create that banner. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I cannot explain enough how big videos are going to be, Marie. Facebook, they're speculating, what I'm hearing down the pipeline is that in a year max, it's going to be 90% videos.
Wow.
Facebook has My Stories. Now Facebook has launched watch parties.
Oh, really?
And I know you don't know what that is, but
I actually do.
okay. Okay.
Well, my son-in-law is a film guy, and my daughter they just did one Saturday. So I've heard of it. I don't know that I know it in detail, but I've heard of it.
Okay. Okay. Instagram has now Insta TV. Okay. So your My Stories that you create, and you do know what the My Stories are. Have you watched any of the trainings in the community on the My Stories?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Let me just quickly tell me if you can see my phone. Well, it's going to be too.
It's glary, yeah.
Okay. When you go into Facebook on your news feed, there's bubbles, circle
Yeah.
bubbles with people's face in them. Okay.
Right.
And there will be a bubble with your face and a plus sign.
Yeah. See that? Okay.
Okay. That is your My Stories.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is what's amazing about My Stories. When you do a My Story, it stays up for 24 hours. But now Facebook has archived your My Stories. So when you go in and watch the training, I show you step by step how to get to your archives. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what's amazing about these is they stay up for 24 hours and people watch them. And Facebook actually shows you how many people watched your My Story and what their names are.
Oh.
That is huge, Marie. Okay. Like I did one yesterday morning. Yes. The 34 people have watched My Stories. There is names on there that has never watched a live or commented on my content, but they always watch My Stories. So that's huge. Okay. So this is what's neat about My Stories. Facebook has made it now where they've archived them. Why have they done that? They've done that because you can take those little mini clip videos and you can make them into a little video movie. Okay.
Okay.
And you can put that as a post on your profile page or business page and cross blend them. And you can also add them to Instagram TV.
Oh, okay.
That is huge because the eyeballs that are coming on that video. People love to see the behind the scenes of your My Stories. They love it. So what I did yesterday morning, have you watched any of my Stories?
No, I've seen, you referred to them and I've seen them, but then I think we'll get to that, and then I just start I'll wait till we get to that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, yesterday morning I did breakfast for guests. Typically, every once in a while, I will do the breakfast and so that I'm there to interact at breakfast. Okay.
okay.
So I just did. You can do as many as you want, Marie. So I did a little My Story showing the bacon I was making. Then a little, and these are real short, Marie, like 15 seconds, 30 seconds maybe.
Okay.
I showed the casserole, and then I showed the fruit bowls, and then, so I was showing little clips all the way through what I do at breakfast, all the way to opening up the screen to go get the guest, ringing the bell for the guest. These are all in little clips, okay? Well, I will download them and I will make them into a video and then upload it to my Instagram TV. And then also post it on my profile page and tag my business, or vice versa. Do you see what I'm saying?
I think so. I'll ask my daughter to show me, because she's been, I think that's what she's been doing. She just pretty much predominantly uses Instagram, not a lot with Facebook anymore.
Right. Let me see. Right here in the Secret Social Butterfly, if you go to units, right here.
Number 7, okay.
How to do My Stories, the new feature, and how to turn My Stories into video clips. And you learn watching those 2 videos along with doing your visual boot camp for videos and graphics. It's all going to come together and you're going to be like, oh, wow. Because what you're doing is every time you do a little clip, you're getting all those eyes on it that watch it, and it stays up for 24 hours. Then you're able to repurpose that content. You already did it. It's not like you got to do it again. You're able to download that, turn it into a minute movie or minute and a half movie, and you're able to post it on your Facebook profile or business page and cross blend them, and you have the option to upload it to Instagram TV.
Okay.
Okay. Do you do Instagram at all?
No, I set an account up, but I haven't done anything.
You haven't done anything. Down the road, I will do a boot camp on Instagram.
Okay,
how
good.
to set it up, how to build it, grow it, the whole 9 yards.
She's
Okay.
been doing this like all week. What was funny is she went into my sewing room and had taken a picture of my massively beautifully organized sewing. And it was very a lot of people hit that. Then she did the apron, and she did something else last night, and the something else, and I can't think of what that is, got a lot of hits. The apron, not so much. I made her an apron. So she's been sort of keeping me apprised of her when she does something on Instagram, the kind of response it gets. So
It's huge. And I've just, and there again, I just can't tell you, Marie, I just learned a whole new, it's amazing. Just learned it this morning. I am like, oh my goodness, what my clients will be able to do with this, because it is a graphic. Okay, you do a graphic, you're in it, say, You always want to try on your graphics to put your face in it. Okay,
Okay.
whether it's your whole body or just your face, okay? Because that's the part of the branding, is people associating it with you. Okay, so let's just use an example. Say you've made a new amazing breakfast recipe, and it's a picture of you, and then in the graphic is the amazing meal you prepared, the dish that you prepared, okay? And in the graphic, say you've got it sitting on your hand. I mean, there's so much to do with it, okay? There is this new thing that I'll eventually be teaching you guys, is with Instagram, is you have that graphic, but then you are able to record your voice in a video clip that is attached to that graphic.
Wow.
You say, "Hi, I am Marie," and your last name. "I'm your bed and breakfast specialist at," and you say your business name. "I have found an amazing recipe that I have created, and you can make it in 20 minutes or less." And it's a video clip. Want more information on this amazing recipe? Follow me on Facebook at, do you see what I'm saying? And it's with this graphic picture.
Okay.
And that's just an example. So amazing stuff. There's not going to be a situation, and this is why I created the community, so that you continue, when you're done with your one-on-one, you're continuing to learn for way less than $1 a day. Because it's not going to be a situation where we say, "Okay, we're done. We've learned it all now. All we have to do now is just implement it." Be persistent and consistent. Because there's always new stuff and better ways and stuff that we can learn that helps us continue to grow. New ways and features to reach people. So, and I get all excited about it. Because this one I've learned this morning, I am just like, oh my goodness. There's 4 of us that have gone into collaboration with the administrator that's on the administrative team with Facebook. There's 4 of us that weekly on Fridays at 3 o'clock will be in collaboration every week now, starting this Friday. So there's just amazing stuff. I'm so excited about it. But what we will do is I'll go ahead and just send you the link for the visual boot camp.
Okay.
It'll notify me as soon as you get that registration done, and I will go in and put your I call it a cubby, Marie.
Okay.
That is the banner with the picture of you on it. I'll go ahead and put that up. And if you can watch the 2 things on my stories,
Okay.
try to keep in mind, Marie, that what we do every day to us seems sometimes even boring, but to people following us that eventually come to our B&B because they've been following us, isn't boring to them at all. To us,
Okay.
it may seem, because we do it every single day. So to them, but they love to see the behind the scenes. And
Okay.
those my stories, I mean, it takes a second to capture them. Gives you huge momentum on Facebook.
I'll have to get all that for my daughter. She was doing that.
Yeah, see, the millennials and the younger, they know, Marie,
Yeah.
they know. And this is my biggest message that I'm learning and finding in all of this to be absolutely true, is that we're not just a brick and mortar. We need to be a click and order too. We have to be in today's day and age. We
Yeah.
do. Or our industry is going to be a dinosaur.
There's a lot of them out there when I hear them post that are, and I used to be one of them, stuck back there.
We can't be stuck. We
Right.
can't. There's too many amazing and exciting things and inexpensive and so many things on this social media platform alone that is free.
Yeah,
Not,
and it's
not to be doing it, yes. But this is the thing too, Marie, and I'll say this quickly before we jump off here. The thing is there's two types of people. You have the people that want to complain about it but not change it.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to be pulled into that. I don't.
Right.
I have found I do not want to be. I am a solution finder. You know, I don't have time to sit and complain about it. Negative people will jump on with negative people, and that snowball will grow so fast it'll make your head spin. I am about, and that's what's awesome about I want to create with our growing community too. Yes, we do face problems every single day, but we're going to lock arms. Let's find a solution to that, or let's find a better way of doing it, not wasting our energy complaining about it. And that, you know, that's the biggest thing. So, you know, I see the ones that are stuck to and complaining. I'm thinking, oh gosh, if they would just, they don't have to be there. And you're a coach too.
Yeah.
Because you've graduated and you're a coach too. So I'm sure you feel like that too when you see it and you think, oh, if they, you know, they don't have to be there. They don't have to be stuck. They just have to take the leap of faith and step into change. And some people really struggle with change.
Yeah. I've had to do a lot in the last few years since I signed on with Yvonne. So it's not comfortable, and it's very, this is even scarier to me in some ways because I may be sending out those emails and things, and sure, my face was at the bottom where the signature is, but Facebook is, to me, putting me out there even more, and that's been hard. So I'm getting used to it. So I'm determined. I want to fill my rooms. I want to make some good money at this. I want to be busy. We're losing other B&Bs because the city's nonsense. I want to capitalize on the fact that I was the first one up and I may be the last one standing, and I want to catch it.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget about the little tidbit ninja tip with Airbnb.
Right, yeah.
Kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, Marie. Well, I'm going to do a live at 2 today. I did tag you in it if you have time. I'm doing it on an amazing app that is, and I talked to you briefly about it before, using it with your kids. But you can also use with business too. And I'm going to do a live on that today at 2. And then I'm going to do a live training at 5, like I said, in the community, secret social butterfly community, about your signature uniqueness.
Okay.
And if you need me at all, don't hesitate to message me. And I've got your wonderful pictures. And I'll be working on these banners for everybody all week in between everything else.
So I just still need to do the feature thing, which now I figured out how to do.
Yes.
I'll keep networking. And then however, I try to pick pictures from various categories, but I noticed on yours, you did have an activity one. So pulling whatever you think would work from the profile banner to show something about St. Louis is fine. Whatever you think will work. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, remember Wednesdays is Win Wednesdays, and that in the community where we share our wins. I think Jane posted something recently about she got bookings from Facebook. She was all excited. Yes. So if you're starting to network, if you see anything, good wins in there, engagement or anything, that's where we'll post it on Wednesdays.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Okay. I will talk to you soon, and it did record, so.
Okay.
Zoom likes it. Yay!
Yeah. I take notes, but it's also good to go back and watch it again.
Correct. I'll send
Okay.
that over to you, Marie.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.